Yes, sir. We gonna clap it up. Your boy is back. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your man, John A. Schultz. We are back in that.
Brand new LCP.
Come on, baby. As we know, sometimes life take over, man. Life took over. I had some shit I had to handle. Had some things I had to do. But we are back with brand new episodes of that LCP. Now, my time away, of course, man. I hope you guys continue to share the podcast, Lunchroom Chat podcast on your favorite platform. Hope you guys are great. I know right now it's a heat wave all over the fucking country. It's hot. It's a little humid. But we are back and we gonna dive into some shit because as we all know, the fuckery don't stop. I don't give a fuck. Like, I can take 2 years off. We gonna come back and the fuckery still gonna be here. And you know I'm not lying, bitch.
Ooh, you a lie.
So we ain't gonna waste no time, man. We gonna dive into the shit, the fuckery. Now, Jim Jones has been on a rant the past couple of weeks, man. He's been going from podcast after podcast talking about Nas. He said, he's better than Nas. He has a better catalog than Nas. Now, Jim Jones, nigga. I don't know what type of world Jim Jones lives in where he thinks he has a better catalog than Nas. It's not true and it's never going to happen, but Jim Jones came out recently and he said that I guess everything he's saying, the antics, the gimmicks that he has been saying about Nas, that Nas should be grateful. Nigga, what? What you said, Jimmy?
You still got to listen to me talking to you right now in 2025. What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this where people were comparing when him and Jay was beating on him.
Say that.
You heard? You did? Like, that, and I don't want to talk about other people's career, but let's just get to the semantics of it.
Since the whole time?
Nas.
Okay.
I don't know Nas to have a conversation with him. You don't have a conversation, we can have that too and shit like that. You dig? Like, I don't really care.
One thing I did see you do.
Bro, you got to stop. I want to boo this nigga again. Now, first going back to what he said initially, he said that my son cannot tell you one Nas record. Let's keep it a buck. I got a hell of a catalog. Now, Nas won a Grammy a couple years ago, man. Nas has ventured off and has so many different endeavors outside of music. Like, Nas is no longer focused strictly on rap, but he still puts out projects because it is his passion. And again, he won a Grammy just a couple years ago. Nas was rapping as a teenager. Like, Illmatic is still one of my favorite fucking albums. It's one of the albums that introduced me to rap, to storytelling. So we gonna clap it up for Nas because I feel like motherfuckers should start talking. Motherfuckers go and again, he's made mention of the fact that sometimes you gotta play the young man's game and you gotta do some shit to go viral. So I do want to take what he's saying with a grain of salt because the motherfucker, he know what he doing. He knows exactly what he is doing. But now, a story that popped off, man. A story that really popped the fuck off, man. There was a fitness influencer. Now, she was estranged from her husband. She was on a date with a new man. And her estranged husband showed up and killed her and the man she was on a date with. Now, damn.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
This is something that I have spoke about many times before, where I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. If you are still legally, I don't care if you are estranged and you guys been separated for a year. If you are still legally married, go get that resolved before you dive into a new relationship, because that is how shit like this happens, because you might be over that person, but that person might not be over you, and that is when shit happens. A couple years back when I had a couple people, they encouraged me to try the dating apps, and I kept coming across people who were still married. Oh, well, I'm still legally married, but we have been estranged for 6 months. Delete, left swipe, unmatch. And I do that not saying that person, you are still in love with them, but if you guys are still legally married, anything can happen. A breakup goes both ways. there is a such thing as stalkers. Men and women stalk. So now if I'm dating somebody and I break up with her, but now she's not ready to actually understand, oh shit, the relationship is over. Now she might stalk me. So now I'm talking to a new woman now. With her stalking me, now she sees me out with a new woman. So now the fact that you are the new woman, now you getting your tires slashed. She's showing up to your job. That is why I say just resolve that situation first, because again, nobody should have passed away, but that new man should not have had to sit there and had his fucking life end. And he probably had no idea where the fuck it was coming from, because that is a situation that was unresolved on her end. Again, I'm not blaming her, but you have to take the proper precaution, not just for you, but for somebody new who sometimes don't know who the fuck they dealing with. But let's dive into some of that news story. Talk to me.
I miss my mom so much.
An emotional moment for 24-year-old Jasleen Zamora as she remembers her mother Gloria, who was shot and killed over the weekend. This was a scene Saturday night where Fontana police say the 40-year-old mother and 43-year-old Hector Garduño were shot and killed as they were leaving a sushi restaurant on Summit Avenue. Police say Zamora's estranged husband, Tomas Alberto Tamayo Lizarraga, was shot and killed.
That's when my stepdad was very jealous. He's always been that way.
The family says their parents were together for over 15 years, but the marriage grew thin.
He's always verbally abusive to my mom, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive.
Zamora had a full-time job as a supervisor at a local medical clinic, but her kids say her passion was being their mom and online influencer with more than 156,000 followers.
Jesus Christ.
Now that's fucked up, man. Like I said, she should still be alive, but especially that new guy should be alive. But as the daughter said, he was insecure, he was jealous, and a lot of times when you are dealing with those people, you got to be mindful, and you also have to protect the new people that you can potentially come in contact with. Because even as a man, if I have a woman who is stalking me, I am not going to start dating somebody new, because if that person is stalking me, any new woman who I potentially come in contact with or date now becomes a target. That is a fucking fact. But now, man, we got some more shit we gonna dive into after the break, man. As we all know, summertime is coming up. I understand a lot of ladies like to get that summer body, that mommy makeover. But now there was a social media influencer. She went to go get her body done after her wedding so she can feel great, so she can feel amazing, and she passed away on the table. So we're gonna dive into that, some of the other viral news that has been making the rounds. So hope you guys enjoy. I'm back, hitting you guys with a quick bonus episode. Stay locked in. We gonna come back after the intro. It's your man John A. Show. This is that
Brand new LCP.
It's that lunchroom chatter podcast, you know, where you sit up and think about fucking your girl's best friend, but you can't because your girl's a fighter and she'll fuck you up. This that lunchroom chatter podcast where you lay up and think about being a porn star, but you can't because you come too quick, so you got to eat the pussy for 95 minutes. That kind of shit. This that lunchroom chatter podcast where you in bed at night thinking about beating your meat, but you can't because you live with your mama. And she bust in the room and said, bitch, get the fuck up. Mama, why you ain't knock on the door first? This that kind of shit. Where you can be yourself, where you can relax, where you could put yourself into the mind of another nigga. So stay tuned. Let's get this shit popping. Lunchroom chatter podcast, baby. Man, like I said, man, thank you guys for locking in, for coming back to your boy with that brand new
LCP.
And as we know, man, July is just starting. Summer is in full effect. So I'm letting you know right now because we have breaking news today. So if you did not stock up on that baby oil, that Astroglide, whatever else you might need to make your sex shit a little slippery, you might not have the time, because today, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Daddy Love, whatever the fuck he goes by, he was acquitted on the most serious charges. As we all know, over the past couple weeks, he's been locked deep knee into his RICO trial on the most serious charges, not guilty. Let's dive into a tiny bit. This is from ABC News, because your boy Diddy is going to be home soon. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he go to jail or if he don't, because he don't pay my fucking bills. The motherfucker's, he crazy. We know he done did some fucked up shit going back to fucking Biggie, the fucked up shit he did with Cassie, but the jury, they deliberated, and on the most serious charges, he was found not guilty. ABC News, give me some more info.
Inside the courthouse, Sean Combs' mother just returned here. She walked in just a second ago, said she is feeling good because her son was acquitted of the most serious charges that he faced: sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, both of which could have sent him to prison for life. He was convicted, though, of transportation to engage in prostitution, and that charge could put him in prison for up to 20 years, although it's not expected he would get that much time. What we're waiting for now is the judge to decide whether Combs can be released on bail while he awaits his sentencing. He offered to put up $1 million. He put up his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. They're certainly opulent. The jury, the judge, everybody saw pictures of them. And the judge said he would convene a hearing later this afternoon to determine if Combs should be released. He seemed confident, telling his family after the verdict was read, "I'm coming home, baby." And we caught up with one of his sons just a moment ago. He certainly seemed to believe also.
Man, now, like I said, I don't know if I'm a clap. I don't know if I'm a boo. But, you know, as they say, he had his fucking day in court. They came back and they decided not guilty on the most serious charges. So it's a pretty good chance that Sean P. Diddy Combs will be home soon. Now, motherfuckers out there, man, who went against Diddy, again, I think he's a shitty person, so I don't have a say-so in that. I'm not somebody that's powerful to where I can put him behind bars. But being a shitty person does not mean you should go to jail for the rest of your life. So he had his day in court. Do I support the man? No. Do I think he's a great, guy with great morals and dignity? No, the fuck I don't. I just don't. But your boy Diddy gonna be home soon, so that's gonna be some fucking viral news. That's gonna be all over the fucking blogs. You're gonna have people, celebrities who went against him, who are now going to reverse so they can come back to him and get back in his good graces. But for what I do know, Sean P. Diddy Combs is going to have that stain on his jacket forever. You always gonna have that shit. Now, talking about a stain, as we know, Candace Owens, man, she is a Republican through and through. She supports Republicans, Donald Trump. She was a huge Trump supporter during his run for president. But Candace Owens had, well, fuck it, we gonna call her Candy. Candy Owens came out and she said, Trump has been a chronic disappointment. And that she is embarrassed that she told people to vote for him, which caught me a little bit by surprise, because we know Candace Owens, she black, she a little pretty little girl too. Well, she's a pretty woman. Candace Owens is very, very attractive, man. But she came out, and Candace has been having some regret. Talk to me.
Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up perhaps voting for him? Oh, yeah, he can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of.
I want to clap it up, man, because even though it's a lot of shit that Candace Owens say that I do not agree with whatsoever. But what I can agree with and what I can respect is when people come back and say, you know what? I told y'all to vote for this motherfucker. I fucked up, so I'm coming back to let it be known. My bad. Because I'm not the person who is so outraged when people vote for who they want to vote for. Like, when you walk into that fucking polling booth, if you want to vote for fucking Beyonce or if you want to vote for fucking Doja Cat, you can vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for. That is your right, man. And I think that social media has just minimized that to where if there's somebody who's more popular, somebody who's more liked, somebody who's more viral, somebody, you know, who's just gains more traction, if you go against the norm, you become public enemy number one. So if you vote, if you vote for Trump, by all means, that is your right. But now if you vote for Trump and now you start spewing hatred, animosity, anger, and all that other bullshit, then you need some help because
Girl, stop. That's a lie.
we not doing that shit. So one thing we always gonna do, we gonna tell the truth, we gonna keep it 100, and we gonna talk our shit. But now somebody, man, who spoke their truth. Now on that show, what's that fucking shit? Pop the Balloon. That viral popular show on YouTube. There was a clip going viral because there was a 35-year-old man, 35-year-old graduated from UCF as a doctor of anesthesia. And a woman rejected him because she said he was not well seasoned and financially stable. You know, in the words of Kevin Samuel, sometimes you cannot make this shit up. Guy went to school, put his time in. Yes, he's 35 years old. I understand 35 is a little on the older side. But after about 3 paychecks, this motherfucker is going to be financially stable because he is diving into a good career. I'm sure he's already been in the field, so now he's probably going to make more. Like, I don't know what a motherfucker want. If I was a woman out here and I'm looking for a man, this the type of motherfucker I go for. I don't give a fuck if you 2 days into your fucking field, if you took the time, the energy to study, pass your tests, pass everything you had to do to get to this point, then you are a fucking catch. I don't care if you're 47 years old. You a catch. But I'm gonna let you guys hear the clip. Again, this is from the popular show on YouTube, Pop the Balloon or Find Love.
I'm 35.
And what do you do?
I just graduated from USF, Go Bulls, as a doctor for anesthesia.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we got a doctor in the house.
Catherine, 31.
Okay, Catherine, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I know you said you're a doctor, and I think that's great. I know you said you recently graduated school, something along the lines of that, and I'm looking for someone a little bit more seasoned in their career, a little bit more financially stable and things of that nature. So I did appreciate everything you said. It's just that.
Girl,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on. Again, that is her right to feel that way. But like I said, man, are people happy? Like, I feel like people are not happy until they are unhappy. This man took the time, is diving into a career. I'm not talking about a career. And again, I don't want to say a different job because I don't want to belittle no jobs out there because no job to me is small. I don't give a fuck if you the fucking person that wash cars at the car wash. When I need my car washed, guess who I look for? I look for you to be there. So every job is important to me, but man, social media has fucked up a lot of different shit, man. The fact that this man is not well seasoned, you want somebody like, God damn, boo again, bitch. I'm tired of that shit. But now to keep it moving down the line, like I said, man, so many fucking topics, so many fucking stories has happened since the man himself has went on hiatus from the LCP. So I figured I'd come back with a nice little quick bonus so we could dive into some shit. Fat Joe got sued. We probably gonna dive into that more as more information comes out. Fat Joe says he's gonna fight it. A lot of different nasty, disgusting claims has been thrown around at Fat Joe, but we gonna take the time. We gonna let some of that shit unfold. But another story that caught my attention, man, there was a group of 5th grade girls accused of plotting to kill a boy at school over a breakup. Now, again, this does not surprise me, but it might surprise a lot of ladies out there because a lot of ladies love to believe that, men don't have these issues, that young boys don't have these issues, that it's simply the men, that it's simply the woman who have to deal with the crazy psychos, the motherfuckers who stalk you, who fucking make a second page and stalk your account and follow the new girl. And no, I've dealt with some bullshit. A lot of men I know have dealt with some sick motherfuckers. But again, it's not something that we talk about because as men, we're big, we're strong. We should be able to handle ourselves. But no, it's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out here too. And those crazy motherfuckers can be women as well. But let's dive into some of this story. Talk to me. They trying to kill this motherfucker. Talk to your boy.
Just end him. That was the goal of a group of 10 and 11-year-old girls who surprise police say wanted to kill a boy at school. The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them, so she wants him dead. The murder plot was simple. According to the police report, 4 fifth-grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife. Another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life. And someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. And to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they would wear gloves. Documents say the friends came up with the plan during lunch and recess on October 1st. Legacy administrators worked with the school resource officer to investigate when students who overheard the plot came forward. The next day, their backpacks were searched and the suspects were individually questioned with their parents present. All 4 children were then arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct misdemeanor charges. The police report says 3 of the students showed remorse, but the 4th would smile and laugh while making excuses for their...
I want to boo because that's some bullshit. Like, do y'all see how fucking detailed and thought out that fucking plan? Like, imagine had they carried out that fucking plot. How fucking detailed and thought out. But again, they ain't thinking that well enough. But in their mind, the shit was going to work. In their mind, the shit was A1. Again, as a black man, I can attest I've dealt with some shit like that, not going as far as, well, I would hope this person ain't fucking plot to kill me. But like I say, man, as men, we go through that shit as well, but we can't speak about it because, as I said, as men, we're big, we're strong. We should be able to handle ourselves. But no, it's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out here. And like I said, those people can be ladies. The same way a man don't want to move on, a lot of women can't move on either. But and I wish we can have deeper conversations about this because you can't. Because then it makes it seem as if I'm making excuses and I'm justifying. But nah, it's crazy motherfuckers out here and crazy motherfuckers go both fucking ways. But you guys out here, man, who stay supporting me, man, I feel it. I really feel it, man, because as I was on my hiatus from the podcast, man, I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I miss recording. I miss diving into conversations. I miss getting DMs in response to new episodes and just taking that time to just engage with you guys. So I want to clap it up. I want to give you guys applause, man, for rocking with your boy, man. But sometimes it's tough sometimes. But I want you guys to be safe this summer. Again, we back, bonus episode, like just to get the juices flowing, feel like just see if I still got my Kobe jump shot. See if I still got the step back before I really hit y'all with my A game. My A game, when you've been in jail for a little bit and you get out and the first time you have sex, you might come quick. But as you get your feel back, as you get that stride, that's when you start laying down the A game. You start throwing down that pipe. Did I lie?
Girl, stop. That's a lie.
But there was a story I want to get to because I was surprised it was 2 black people. But a story that came out, there was 2 black folks stranded in Lake Michigan for 7 hours. A black couple. Now, thankfully, they had life jackets on and it saved their life. So we gonna play that story because I know it's summertime. You guys are gonna be in the water. You guys might venture out deeper. Some of you guys might know how to swim, but always wear your life jackets, because had these two not had on their life jackets, they probably wouldn't be here right now. But a couple saved because they were wearing a life jacket. This is ABC 7 Chicago. Let you guys hear this story, then we gonna get out of here. Again, it's your man John A. Show. This is that.
Brand new LCP.
Going stranded in Lake Michigan for 7 hours, live to tell their tale. And now they want others to hear their message, to wear a life vest when on the water. Friends Crystal Howard and Mario Morris say it's still surreal. They were on Lake Michigan Sunday afternoon, and a quick trip on Morris's Sea-Doo changed their lives when a wave knocked them off around Waihala Beach in northwest Indiana.
It just knocked us off. The jet ski never flipped. We just flew off the jet ski.
It was boats and jet skis riding past, but we was like peanuts in the water, and they couldn't, nobody could see us or hear us.
It was about 5 p.m. Sunday. Their watercraft was gone, and it was getting dark. But they say they had their life vests on. Morris has high blood pressure and damaged lungs and was struggling, going in and out of consciousness.
And that's when I felt like I couldn't, make it.
I put my arm through his life jacket and kind of laid him on me. And then I went sideways and was kicking. I just told him, just kick your feet and move your arms so it can help us go.
She didn't leave me. She didn't give up on me. She was like, "Nah, you got this. You could do it."
Howard had been a junior lifeguard in her youth. Now she's a mom of 2. Morris is a father as well.
We finna get to our babies. We got to get to our kids. And he just had a baby. And I'm like, nah, all I could think about what my kids gonna do. I can't just go out like that.
The 2 swam and drifted to land, which was a rocky shore of an East Chicago steel mill.
We close. We here now. We here now. Come on. We got to keep going. He was like, I'm not going to make it. I said, yes, you is. Come on. Come on.
The Indiana Department of Natural Resources spokesperson says several agencies were searching for the 2, including the U.S. Coast Guard stationed Chicago.
I knew they had life jackets, and so that increases their survival chance so much.
The 2 were brought to a local hospital and treated for hypothermia, but they survived 7 hours in Lake Michigan with only their life vests.
I want to clap it up. I want to clap it up, man, for all the fucked up shit going on out here, for all the fucking negative stories, man. We had 2 people survive 7 hours on Lake Michigan, and one more hand clap for that lady, man, for that amazing. This is why I say, man, as people, we need each other. As black men, we need black women. As black women, you guys need black men. So this whole fucking race debate, men versus, that's why I fucking hate that shit. I hate it, man, because we cannot survive without each other. But on social media, you guys who dive deep into the fucking TikToks, the blogs, we go back and forth and men versus, it's pointless, man. That woman saved that man's life, and I'm sure that they both will have an amazing, long-lasting life. And that's why I say, man, we need each other. So you guys, man, who stay locked in, again, you guys who want to support extra because we back. My Cash App is $NYC Story 718. My Venmo is Lunchroom Chat Apart. Again, let your friends, your mama, your auntie, your coworkers, your cousins, let them know that your man John A. Schultz is back with brand new episodes of that.
Brand new LCP.
And we checking out this bitch.